In the glamorous, larger-than-life world of Hollywood, there's an unspoken rule. The bigger the star, the darker the secrets. For decades, Sean Diddy Combs appeared untouchable, an icon in the music industry and a symbol of success. But now, as layers of his life are peeled back, a troubling narrative emerges, one that exposes the dark underbelly of Hollywood's elite. From sordid sex parties involving celebrities and underage individuals to accusations of sexual abuse, manipulation, and even the death of some of the most iconic figures in hip-hop. Diddy's downfall is the latest in a long line of scandals that reveals just how corrupt, twisted, and secretive Hollywood can be. With lawsuits piling up and more victims coming forward, Diddy's situation is not just about him, it's a window into everything that's wrong with an industry that has long been shielded from public scrutiny. In this video, we'll take a closer look at the P Diddy situation and what it says about the dark side of Hollywood. Buckle up, because this is going to be a wild ride. The unraveling of an empire, how it all began. The scandal that now threatens to destroy Diddy's legacy began with a single lawsuit. In November 2023, Cassandra Cassie Ventura, Diddy's former girlfriend and muse, filed a lawsuit accusing him of years of physical, sexual, and emotional abuse. According to the lawsuit, Cassie was coerced into engaging in degrading sexual acts with male sex workers while Diddy watched and recorded the events. She also accused him of forcing her to participate in notorious freak-off parties, where participants, often under the influence of drugs, were pressured into engaging in group sex and other disturbing behaviors. Cassie's allegations were not only shocking, but painted a picture of a man who used his immense wealth and influence to control and manipulate those around him. Within 24 hours of filing the lawsuit, Cassie and Diddy reached a settlement, with Diddy maintaining his innocence while agreeing to pay an undisclosed amount. But rather than closing the door on the controversy, the settlement only opened the floodgates. Soon after, other women came forward, sharing similar stories of abuse and exploitation at the hands of the music mogul. What started as one lawsuit quickly snowballed into a full-blown scandal, with multiple women accusing Diddy of sexual assault, drugging, and even trafficking them for sex. These allegations not only shattered Diddy's carefully cultivated public image, but also pulled back the curtain on Hollywood's dirty little secret, the exploitation and abuse of power that has long gone unchecked in the industry. The freak-off parties, Hollywood's darkest side. One of the most disturbing aspects of the accusations against Diddy is the claim that he regularly hosted and participated in freak-off parties. These events, described as drug-fueled orgies, reportedly involved high-profile celebrities, aspiring artists, and even underage individuals. According to those who have come forward, these parties were not just about sex, they were about control. The allegations describe a twisted power dynamic where Diddy and his associates would supply drugs like cocaine, ketamine, and a cocktail known as Tusi, a mixture of substances designed to keep partygoers in a euphoric, disoriented state. Once participants were sufficiently intoxicated, they were coerced into participating in sexual activities, often with the understanding that their careers could be made or broken depending on their compliance. One of the most shocking accounts came from a young woman who claimed that at one such party, Diddy and his associates forced her to perform sexual acts while being filmed. She was reportedly told that the footage would be used as leverage against her should she ever speak out. This tactic of using blackmail to maintain control over those within his orbit is a theme that runs throughout many of the allegations against Diddy. It shows the horrifying reality of how power and influence can be weaponized against the vulnerable. Victims have described the atmosphere at these parties as suffocating, filled with an unspoken pressure to conform to Diddy's whims, creating an environment where consent became a mere formality, if it existed at all. Justin Bieber and the price of fame. Among the many disturbing details that have come to light in the wake of the Diddy scandal, one of the most surprising involves pop star Justin Bieber. Bieber, who was mentored by Diddy as a teenager, has remained conspicuously silent since the accusations against his former mentor came to light. But their history, once viewed as a mentor-protege relationship, now raises serious concerns. When Bieber was just 15 years old, Diddy famously gave him a Lamborghini, an extravagant gift that symbolized their close relationship. For years, Bieber appeared to idolize Diddy, frequently attending his parties and even crediting him with helping to shape his early career. But as details about Diddy's freak-off parties and predatory behavior have emerged, some are now questioning what exactly Bieber was exposed to during those formative years. There are reports that Bieber was present at several of Diddy's notorious parties, where he may have witnessed or been involved in inappropriate activities. While Bieber has never publicly commented on these events, his recent withdrawal from the public eye and refusal to discuss the Diddy scandal suggests that he may be grappling with the darker aspects of his past. This raises troubling questions about the ways in which young stars like Bieber are groomed and manipulated by powerful figures in Hollywood. How many other young celebrities have been exploited by the industry's elite? And how many are too afraid to speak out, fearing the potential repercussions for their careers? These are important questions to consider as we continue to uncover the true cost of fame, fortune, and success in the entertainment industry. The music industry's complicity, a culture of silence. The Diddy scandal is not just about one man's actions. It's about an entire industry that has, for decades, enabled and protected abusers. For years, Diddy was one of the most powerful figures in the music industry, with a reputation for being able to make or break careers. His record label, Bad Boy Records, was a launch pad for some of the biggest names in hip-hop, including the notorious B.I.G., Faith Evans, and Lil' Kim. But as more details about Diddy's behavior come to light, it's becoming increasingly clear that the music industry was complicit in his actions. There are reports that Diddy's associates were aware of his behavior and even participated in some of the activities he is accused of orchestrating. Yet for years, no one spoke out. Why? Because in Hollywood, money and power can buy silence. Several former bad boy artists have hinted at the toxic environment that permeated the label, with stories of manipulation, intimidation, and exploitation. Some have claimed that Diddy used his position of power to control every aspect of their careers, from the music they produced to their personal lives. Those who refused to play by his rules were reportedly blacklisted or pushed out of the industry altogether. This culture of silence is not unique to Diddy. It's a systemic issue within the music and entertainment industries. Powerful men like Diddy have been able to operate with impunity for years because they are protected by the institutions that profit from their success. As the Not Me Too movement has shown, this culture of silence is pervasive and deeply ingrained, and it will take more than just a few high-profile scandals to dismantle it. Now is the time for the music industry to take a hard look at itself and acknowledge its complicity in perpetuating a toxic culture. It's time to create safe spaces for survivors to come forward and to hold those in positions of power accountable for their actions. The voices of survivors cannot continue to be silenced in order to protect the reputations of abusers. It's time for real change, not just lip service or empty promises. We must demand better from the music industry and all industries that enable this type of behavior. Only then can we truly begin to heal and create a safer, more inclusive environment for everyone involved in the music world. The notorious B.I.G. and Tupac Shakur murders, a web of conspiracy. One of the most persistent rumors surrounding Diddy is his alleged involvement in the murders of Tupac Shakur and the notorious B.I.G., two of the most iconic figures in hip-hop history. While these murders remain officially unsolved, there has long been speculation that Diddy played a role in the events that led to their deaths. The East Coast-West Coast feud that defined much of the 1990s hip-hop scene culminated in the deaths of Tupac and Biggie, and Diddy's name has been linked to both incidents. According to Dwayne "Keefe D. Davis, a former Southside Crip and alleged shot caller, Diddy offered $1 million for the murder of Tupac and Death Row Records founder Suge Knight. Davis claimed that his nephew, Orlando Anderson, was the one who pulled the trigger on Tupac in 1996. While Diddy has always denied any involvement in the murders, the rumors have persisted for years. In 2023, Keefe D was arrested, reigniting interest in the case and once again bringing Diddy's name into the spotlight. Some believe that Diddy's involvement in the East Coast-West Coast feud may have been much deeper than previously thought, and that his desire for power and control in the industry may have led him to make some very dangerous enemies. The death of Biggie, Diddy's closest friend and the star of Bad Boy Records, has also been shrouded in mystery. Some have speculated that Biggie's murder in 1997 was a retaliatory act for Tupac's killing, while others believe that Biggie may have been the unintended victim of a hit meant for Diddy. Gene Deal, Biggie's former bodyguard, has claimed that Diddy knew there was a hit out on him but ignored the warnings, potentially putting Biggie's life in danger. Whether or not Diddy was directly involved in the murders of Tupac and Biggie, the fact that his name continues to be associated with these tragic events speaks to the complicated and dangerous nature of the power struggles within the music industry. Hollywood's culture of exploitation. The Diddy scandal is not just about one man. It's a reflection of the deeply flawed system that is Hollywood. For decades, the entertainment industry has been a breeding ground for exploitation, abuse, and corruption. The same power structures that enabled Diddy to rise to the top are the same ones that have protected men like Harvey Weinstein, R. Kelly, and Jeffrey Epstein. Hollywood has long been a place where the rich and powerful prey on the vulnerable, using their influence to silence victims and avoid accountability. The casting couch culture, where aspiring actors and actresses are coerced into sexual acts in exchange for roles, is just one example of how deeply ingrained exploitation is in the industry. The Diddy scandal is simply the latest iteration of this toxic culture. But the tide is starting to turn. With the rise of the Me Too movement and the growing willingness of victims to speak out, Hollywood is being forced to confront its dark side. The days of unchecked power and impunity are coming to an end, and the Diddy scandal may be the catalyst for a broader reckoning within the industry. What most people don't realize is that this culture of exploitation extends beyond just sexual misconduct. It also encompasses issues of race, gender identity, and socioeconomic status. In Hollywood, discrimination and inequality are rampant, with marginalized communities often being overlooked and underrepresented in front of and behind the camera. This not only perpetuates harmful stereotypes, but also limits opportunities for diverse voices and stories to be told. The aftermath. What happens next? As the legal battles against Diddy continue to unfold, the implications of this scandal are far-reaching. Not only is Diddy facing the possibility of spending the rest of his life in prison, but the entire entertainment industry is under scrutiny. Hollywood's culture of secrecy, silence, and exploitation is being dismantled piece by piece. The Diddy situation has also reignited discussions about the responsibility of the media in perpetuating celebrity culture. For years, the media has played a role in creating and maintaining the larger-than-life personas of figures like Diddy, often ignoring or downplaying allegations of misconduct in favor of more favorable narratives. But as more victims come forward and the truth is brought to light, the media is being forced to reevaluate its role in enabling these powerful figures. In the end, the Diddy scandal is a stark reminder of the dangers of unchecked power. It's a cautionary tale about the ways in which fame, wealth, and influence can be used to manipulate and exploit. But it's also a story of resilience, of survivors who are no longer willing to be silenced, and of an industry that is finally being held accountable for its many wrongs. As the investigations continue and more details emerge, one thing is clear. The Diddy situation is not just about one man. It's about an entire system that has allowed abuse and exploitation to flourish. And as the world watches, the question remains, how many more secrets are left to uncover? So, what do you guys think about this scandal? Have you followed the Diddy situation, and what are your thoughts about Hollywood's culture of exploitation? Well, let us know your opinions in the comments below. Also, if you find this video interesting and entertaining, then do like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more such content like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.